We're here at the Startup Park at the end of day one. It's quite late, but as you can see, it's still a very busy booth here for many of the startup companies. A lot of money finding new paths to new technology. Something that caught our eye is this company, OMO, who does something incredibly innovative with surgical pathfinding, navigation within the surgical realm. It's a technology that for anybody that's been using it in the past, it works, but it has some limitations. OMO might be able to take care of some of those limitations and open up a whole new world of navigation in the operating theater. Kay, tell us a little bit about the company, and then we'll go into the product itself.
Hey, we are OMO Technologies. We're from Dallas, Texas, and we've been working on this for 6 years now, so pretty long time. And we are using a permanent magnet to perform a 3D tracking with a very high precision. And one of the main application is in surgical navigation, but it can be used for many, many different areas.
Now, I was already looking for some sort of triangulation. There's one sensor, there's one receiver. Just tell us how the system works. It's almost too good to believe.
Well, I hope it's too good. So we have a magnetic sensor here, which you might not be able to see, but it's 0.8 millimeter.
Yeah, it's absolutely tiny.
Yeah, and we provide up to 0.1 millimeter precision, which is very precise. We have a permanent magnet here that's generating a unique magnetic signal in all directions. So our tracking range is about 70 centimeter, and you can picture a giant sphere around this base station. And we put our sensors into whatever you can think of. You either attach it or embed it, and this magnetic sensor would pick up that magnetic signal and resolve the position and orientation. And we only require a single sensor, like you said, which is our magic. Yeah.
And what was the accuracy on that position again?
0.1 millimeters. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you just go through a little bit? You already showed me before, but I just want to show, if you could come in here and just actually see this, it gives a very good impression of what's going on here.
Yeah, so you can sort of see like the first person point of view of the sensor at the tip here. And because we're using magnetic field, it passes through the most material, including the organic matters, so the human body. So say you're performing a surgery, you put the sensors inside the patient's body, even though there's no line of sight, we can track its position and orientation really precisely.
Wow, that's incredible. So just real-time, actually inter-organ image, obviously the image provided through imaging before the procedure, but yeah, accuracy to that level, that's great.
Yeah, so it looks polished now, but it took us 6 years to get here. But I still think we have a long ways to go. What we say is that existing technologies are like well-trained horses, and our technology is like the first model car, if you will. Initially, a car would have been a pretty terrible experience compared to a well-trained horse. But as time goes, our car becomes a race car, and basically the existing technologies wouldn't be able to compete with us. At least that's our hope.
Now, this is an example of an operating theater. Do you see other applications possible for this technology?
Yeah, actually, in fact, we started our company wanting to use our technology for augmented reality and virtual reality hand tracking. So that market didn't exist, and unfortunately still doesn't really exist yet, which is why we found a fit in the surgical navigation area and we pivoted there. But our name, OMO, actually stands for Omnipurpose Motion Tracking, because it can be used for so many different areas. So surgical navigation, robotics, training, simulation, as well as gaming or media productions, those are all areas where our technology is applicable.
Fantastic. Kay, thanks for speaking with us today.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben.
Moving along here, that's fascinating. As I said, there are some limitations with tracking systems in the operating theater currently, and this could solve them. I'm trying to move along here. Something else caught my eye. Yeah, exactly. Lighthouse Tech. Somebody providing solutions for those that are visually impaired. Nathan Deutsch, if you have a second, just let us know the foundation of the company and what you're providing to the market.
Sure. Let me just grab something so I can show you. So this is what we're working on. It's a pair of glasses for people who are living with blindness or severe vision impairment. And we've designed this from the ground up with the help of associations and partners to provide a system for obstacle avoidance for people without vision. So it complements the white stick, and I'm going to invite you to imagine I have a white stick right now. I'm walking around here. The white stick can pick up obstacles on the ground, but it's not going to give me any warning about this. And there's many other types of obstacles that are out there for people who have this kind of disability. These have sensors mounted on the front. The sensors cover the user's field of view and provide a very intuitive way to understand what's in front of them and whether there are dangers through vibrations.
You say it's intuitive. What's the onboarding for a new patient? How much do they have to train in an enclosed setting, in a controlled setting, in order to pick up how the system works?
So we're working on this in terms of validating this kind of information, but our initial trials were very positive. We have seen people put the glasses on and walk around in a clinical setting and immediately understand whether there are obstacles in their way. So training is very minimal because the vibration is either on the left or the right. We don't have to communicate very complex information. So we're really keeping it simple at this stage.
That's fantastic. I'm just thinking back to my first smartphone. The more it does, the faster the battery goes. This is scanning the whole time. Obviously, that's the whole point of it. What is the lifetime of a charge at this point? Is that still something you're working on? What's the status currently?
So yeah, right now we've got it around just under 4 hours, and that is with continuous scanning. In the finished product, it will be much more highly optimized because we don't need the sensor on all the time if the person is at a standstill. And then we've resolved the issue of battery life as well, like this. This is a USB-C charging circuit, and the battery is located here. So let's say you're out there for the day. After 4 hours, your battery dies. You can simply pick a couple of these out of the case and switch them on the fly, and you're set to go.
Fantastic. Yeah, that solves a problem if you want to be out and about for longer than a battery life. Where are you in the stages of funding, development, going to market, commercialization?
Okay, so this is our third round of prototypes, proof of concept. We are approaching our seed round now, so the seed round will be as of January. We're looking for mainly small ticket investments. So far we've been internally funded and friends, family, and fools. We are a startup. So we're looking for $500K at the moment.
And then go-to-market strategy being what?
Go-to-market, this is also happening fairly quickly. We're looking at online sales in our first few quarters. Following that, we will be working with associations, blind associations, to make sure that their clients can get a hold of the device. And we're looking at going to market later in 2023, so not far off at all, actually.
Not far off, very ambitious, and leveraging their networks to get it in the hands of those who need it. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today, Nathan.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Great, and that wraps it up for us today on the first day of the MEDICA from the Startup Park. Lots of great innovations we've seen today, many more to come in the following days. Stay with us, or if you have the opportunity, come to Dusseldorf. There's plenty of great technology to see here, new solutions, and we look forward to welcoming you to Dusseldorf. Goodbye for now.